Alright, hey guys, so today I'm just going to be talking to you about this bike, how it rides, and well, that's about it. I'll tell you one thing, this sucker rips. I took a riding yesterday, me and my mom. My mom took me yesterday. Went up riding. She didn't ride much, but this thing, well, first I thought it had 6 gears, but I guess it doesn't make sense for a new motorcycle and motocross to have 6, so it has 5. It has 6 if you count neutral, but this thing rips, and I mean rips. I probably had her going 50, maybe a little over, well, probably about 50, and in 5th gear. It'll go quicker, but I only pushed it to the power band a couple times, and it just sounds good, it feels good, it's just awesome. I gotta stop riding this thing, though. Like, it's so fun to ride, but I felt like a noob riding this thing yesterday. This one is, like I said, really good for trails. Like, it's got the nice comfy seat, it's got the dual shocks, and it's air-cooled, so. But we took this one on a 42 or 43 mile round trip. Went up to the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River, and we rode Bumblebee Road, almost all the way up to Saddle Mountain, I think. I went 22 miles up, came down. Would have went all the way, but I was getting tired and low on fuel. It still has fuel, but not a lot. Like, it's probably, before I take the tank off, it's probably like right there. Like, if I probably would have went the extra 3 miles up and back, or extra 6 miles, you could barely see it in there. If I would have went the extra 6 miles, I probably would have barely got back to the trailer with gas. But I love it. It's a real nice bike. To prove to you guys I went riding, you know, you gotta get her a little dirty, you know. But one thing is, and I think it's just because I've been starting it out here and not riding it, not letting the oil push out the exhaust. There's a lot of that black spooge stuff that I just call it oil, but a lot of people call it black spooge, I guess, from what I've learned online last night. So this thing was like black with oil that came out of this. As you can see, it's still pretty nasty up there. Yeah, it's pretty gross. I don't know why. My coat was pretty bad too. If it was a different color than black, I would have showed you, but I just cleaned it up with shop towel and some gas, just real quick, and it seemed to get everything off. But what I've read online for the oil spitting out, like all that oil, like, yeah, I know a lot of people in the Kawasaki's run the 32-to-1, which mix ratio, so that'd be what, I don't know, it's 4 ounces of oil to 1 gallon of gas, so it's pretty rich for a dirt bike. People say you can go down to the 40-to-1, or like in between, like 3.5 ounces per gallon, because 40-to-1 is 3.2. I just think that's a little bit low. A lot of people even run 50-to-1. And then there's those really stupid people that run that AMSOIL, or no, I don't know, AMSOIL Sabre or whatever, that on the bottle it suggests to run 80 to 100-to-1. I think that's just pure stupid, but that's why those people's bikes blow up. I'd rather foul plugs, spark plugs, than have my bike blow up and I have to rebuild it for $500. Anyway, this thing rides so good, I can't even tell you. The air filter is almost pristine, even though I went through quite a bit of mud and dust. It was actually pretty nice up there because it had just rained and it's been so moist at night that it's just a little bit muddy. Those are just some puddles I went through. Just a little bit muddy. It wasn't a whole lot of dust. There was some spots that were always in the sun that was a little muddy. A little bit of dirt up here, not much. But anyway, it was pretty good. Real nice bike. I love it. I like the fact that it's off the ground, unlike that one. Still love this one. I was just out jumping it, so it's still hot on my little jump out there. You can probably see it, but yeah, there it is. So I was just out jumping it a little bit, but all in all, this bike is pretty good. So I'm thinking this summer when it's warmer, or next summer when it's warmer, it won't spit as much stuff it won't spit as much oil because what I read on Jesus Christ. Idiots. I don't mind loud bikes, but freaking those idiots that take the Subarus or Toyotas or whatever the heck they are and soup them up and make them like straight piped are annoying. And I told you. And I live on a main road, so I kind of have that a lot around here. Dang. So, I'm thinking it won't do that as much in the summer because the engine gets hotter. Oh my god. It's like he's going in circles around my house. The engine gets hotter and it burns more of the oil instead of just spitting it out. And it also, the exhaust pipe actually gets hotter and it will actually kind of dry up some of that oil. But I expect any two-stroke to spit out the end. Like, that bike does it a tiny bit. This bike does it only because I engine brake a lot. But, as you can see, it spits oil. I think I just cleaned. Yeah, there you go. It spits oil, too. God dang it. They all do that. I expect them all to do that. But as much as this thing did, it's pretty ridiculous. Once again, it's cold. Like, any time in that ride, I could reach down and put my hand on this pipe, and it's just warm. The header side on the other side was fairly hot, like this part, but it was just cold. It was really cold when we were riding yesterday, too. But, yeah, I think that's good. Figured out I need new brake pads in the front. Because it's better that I changed the brake fluid. Like, it's not as spongy, but it's still... not where I would like it to be, so I'll just get new brake pads for that. Obviously, I'm going to get new ones of these. I'll probably get some sock shocks, not rock shocks, sock shocks. Or shock socks. Shock socks. So hard to say. They basically just like extra seals. It just goes over this, and it protects dust from getting up into your dust seal. So... And if you have one of these bikes, always bleed the air out of your forks. That little screw right there, because it just helps a lot. Suspension handles a lot better than now that I adjusted it a bit. A little adjuster. I have to adjust the front just a tiny bit because it felt like I was leaning back the whole time, especially when I hit the throttle. But I think for doing wheelies, which I'm not going to do anytime soon, but maybe this summer. For doing wheelies, keep the front stiff and the back like I have it now. Because you don't want your shocks to bottom out when you land on the front, when you're bringing the bike down. Plus, it's just easier to go instead of having to sit way back here. So I tried to make a video last night, but it just didn't turn out because I just needed to get in and do a little bit of homework, and like I made a 7-minute video. I just deleted it because the lighting sucked because I had that light on, and I had that light on, and that one. And it was like dark outside, so it was all blurry, and the phone didn't want to focus, so. Other than that, this is a real nice bike. Like I've probably said 1,000 times by now. But it rides good. My dad said not to worry about the thing over here, the radiator bending it back, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just safety reasons. When you're doing that, you gotta be really, really careful, because you can destroy your radiator and get leaks and stuff. So, that's about it for this bike. Pretty good on gas mileage. I think it gets like 27 miles a gallon. That's what I read online. But probably about what I experienced yesterday too, because Still has a tiny bit. I think that's about a 2-gallon tank, maybe a little bit bigger. I just love it. If you guys have a small bike or like a CR80 or an RM85, something like this, just get even a 125 bike like this. I think would be pretty good. But if you just are getting a little bit old of that and can't climb hills or anything, or getting bigger, or getting taller, just get one of these. Find a cheap one, get it, fix it up. Of course, I was gonna say I found a fairly cheap one, but it's not super cheap. It was $2,000. $2,000, but just get a 2-stroke 250. Yeah, so I think that's about it for this video. That's all I have. It wasn't an entertaining video or anything, but I just wanted to tell you guys and how I felt on the bike and stuff. So I almost just fell over, not even sure what. Yeah, so I guess some numbers on this, I guess some graphics and stuff, but not till later, because, yeah. I'm going to eventually need to buy a motorcycle stand, but I'm good for now. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, and, yeah, so, see you then.